Hello everybody
Hello,
and
everyone.
welcome back to Formula E. Joining you today is me, Podium. Also got Indominus Rex alongside me in the country box.
Hello.
And we are in China. We're in Sanya. We're on Hainan Island. It's a very, very sort of bleak surroundings that we've got here. But the track itself is very twisty and turny. We've got some straights. So it's pretty much a bit of everything that you'll get with Formula E, and your current provisional pole sitter is aka Freezy for Mercedes.
Yep, last time out, Gene was the one to claw back from, I think, what was P11 up into his, I think, 4th win in a row this season, making him the championship leader. And right now, as it stands, aka Freezy has been doing very well in FPs and right now qualifying. Maybe could Gene topple him down? We will have to see. As we see a Q actually coming up in the last corner.
Yep, you can see here the E-Spirit of Histico. I thought they were going to go for a lap, but I'm not sure. aka Freezy's definitely going. No they're not. I lied. You can see Volt GE coming around for the new team, Expector. And this is Taboz for KR Racing. This is Kai Kara's race engineer in Formula 1, the current championship leader. And they've seemed to get themselves into a nice frame position here. We're now approaching just 4 minutes to go. This is Dempsey Alkion, currently the highest placed Aston Martin. aka Freezy still leading the pack with a 111.747. Nobody yet to topple that. However, ASDH1 has set 2 green personal best sectors. We'll see where they go. They got to 6th place. That's a 112.4. Faint has also set a personal best, sector 1. As Faint now comes out of turn 13, the last corner. Coming down towards the line now. Let's see where the Brandstar manages to go. They're third in the championship, and they are 7th in the current qualifying order. Their teammate is 3rd, Gene 7085, the current championship leader for Ion Formula E. Roblox Doom is set a purple sector 2. There's also Wasup there in the fleet. They replace Roblox Doom for 2nd place with a 111.8. Tiboz is improving in the middle sector. Let's see what they can do in the last. Here's the grid, here's the line. And it's not an improvement in position for the KR racing car. With less than 2 minutes now to go, you can fit in about 2 more laps as Tiboz spins around there. You can see the replay of Tiboz coming down past turn 3, past the pit lane entry into turn 4, and just clips the curb, spits out into the wall, and spins around. As you can see here, there are now a lot of people lining up to go. And Kay is the first person to go. They set off the train. aka Freezy isn't going. You really need to be going now. There's a massive train of cars. Faint is improving through Sector 1. They're not in this train of cars. They're about on the other side of the circuit. But they haven't improved in Sector 2. The main train of cars are about to start setting their Sector 1's. Roblox Doom improves. Wasup does not improve. Histico improves. 07K does not improve. And the checkered flag is waved. No more times can be started. Only the current times can be completed. As Freezy seems to have managed to get their car stuck. They're not going to be improving. They do have the current pole time. Unless somebody like Wasup can deny that time. They're coming through the last corner now. A good exit out of here could mean pole position. They're only a 10th off as it stands. Is this time going to be enough to get pole position for the fleet driver? It's a yellow Sector 1, a green Sector 2. They're hugging the wall here. It isn't enough for an improvement. It isn't an improvement at all. Roblox Doom can't improve. Faint and Gene are on 2 flying laps right now. What will the Brand Stars be able to do? Nobody else seems to be really improving that much. I can see a whole field of yellow sectors. As Faint now rounds the final corner, and they are not accelerating. I don't believe they will be improving this lap. I'm pretty sure that's 4th place solidified for the number 26 Brand Star.
Okay, hello!
Oh, hello,
I'm
British
here
Coater.
Hello, Depod Dolphin. Yeah. Let's hope the guy I was replacing actually shows up now. So, how was that qualifying session for you, Depod?
Very exciting. We've got aka Freezy on pole, Wasup in 2nd, and Roblox Doom in 3rd. The Brand Stars surprisingly low in the middle, exactly of the midfield. Faint 4th, Gene 5th with Epic Dusk. The 2nd Mercedes in 6th, SDH1 7th. The F1 Doggos in 8th. Volt GE for their new team in 9th. And the final person in the top 10 is Keeper Gast 123 for Fleet as well.
That's a surprisingly high showing from Mercedes, they don't usually qualify that high. Well, they haven't yet, but P1 and P6, that's quite good for them. Hopefully they can turn that into some decent points, but we'll have to see.
Yep, we will have to wait and see around this Sanya circuit. We'll see you in a moment, everybody. Stay tuned. The race isn't that far away. Hello everybody, welcome to China, welcome to Hainan Island, and welcome to Sanya. It's round 2 of the second season of Ion Formula E, taking over from Roblox Formula E last season to bring you some new cars, some new tracks, some new tech, and a new series as well in the form of the i8 Junior series. But we had i8 earlier, we don't need to worry about that anymore. What's up next is the Sanya ePrix. Here is the 13 cornered track we're going to be racing around today. Attack mode activation zone just outside of the pit exit. Turn 1, 2, 3. Very difficult. 4 and 5 also very easy to clip your rear end, like we saw with Tobozic qualifying. Then from turn 12, a very long run to turn 13. The left hand, a 180-degree hairpin that then sends you all the way back up to the start line, where the starting grid is, where everybody is heading now. Joining you in the commentary box today for today's very exciting, what I think it will be, race in Sanya is Media Dolphin and British Kota.
Hello. Quite an interesting qualifying session. I mean, I didn't see it myself, I was kind of driving in it, but the slipstream trains, they were interesting. I don't know if you saw, but there was a very long line of people just as we started our final flying laps around the outside of the final corner, all lining up. Sort of giving me F1 vibes from Australia. Not Australia, sorry, America.
I believe the cars are now heading around to the grid. Just going to wait a moment before we can bring you pictures of that.
Yeah, they seem to be driving fairly slowly, of course, trying to conserve their battery, which is understandable.
Going to be wasting any energy at all.
As I believe Freezy in that Mercedes FE team lines up in pole position. Or he's trying to. I don't think he knows how to do a 3-point turn. I don't know what he hopes to achieve starting like that, but
Yeah, I don't think the Mercedes is really going to do very well if it is perpendicular to the direction of the traffic.
oh, he's reversing. He's figured out how to put his car into reverse gear. So, 37 laps here in Sanya. As we look at Frizzy's wonderful helmet.
It is a truly masterpiece of a design.
It is. The 90Z of Roblox has not got out of the pit lane yet, so we will be waiting again for him to turn around and get to the grid. Of course, during free practice, wall riding was allowed, but now little blocks have been added to prevent that. Pod, is there any surprises that you saw in qualifying? Anyone that you think should be maybe higher or lower down the order?
I think Brandstar probably should have been a bit higher in qualifying. Mercedes have definitely been doing their homework. They've got a good load of pace.
This track isn't easy in Formula E cars, though. Especially turn 2. That very wide entry and very tight exit. It's really hard to drive. So these drivers, I'm not surprised to see some of the drivers maybe being lower than they usually are, because even with the tight natures of FE tracks, this is a particularly tight one.
This is on board with Wasup, the second place sitter. You can just see the front right of AKA Freezy. They're Mercedes. They still need to line up onto the little yellow line there. I hope they know that.
I may be incorrect in saying this, but didn't Wasp qualify in the McLaren?
But
he's now in the fleet.
Qualified in the fleet.
Oh, maybe it's my memories from free practice, because I'm sure they were driving the McLaren earlier. But I may be wrong.
Also seems like this piece of track may actually be slightly downhill, as all of the cars are rolling forwards at a very slow pace.
Maybe FE cars just like to roll forwards. I don't know particularly what we're waiting for. But I guess we will find out soon. I don't know if I'm correct in saying this, but shouldn't KO be getting series locked to FE now? Because I'm sure they were driving in I8 during Tokyo.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were.
My memory's not that good. I will be honest.
Oh, we're still waiting. Be nice to get underway. Oh, there's an X21. That's why.
Of course.
And the X21 has decided to do a lap to the grid instead of going backwards out of the pit lane. But hey, this gives you a nice preview of the track, or the second half of it. It's long back straight, heading into a very tight hairpin. Quite a wide entry, but it does tighten up as they come towards the entry, and then a very, in proportion to the wide entry, quite a thin exit. As the X21 lines up on the grid.
I think someone's reset out of their car. That was ERT snipers, I think. Or they've been brought back. I think they've been brought back.
I don't know what they were planning to do there, but I guess that works. Maybe they were on Xbox. For people that don't know, you can't exactly jump out of your car on Xbox, so most drivers just reset.
And that is Race Director Faster asking us to watch the light, or probably demanding us to. Anyone who doesn't is highly incompetent. 4 lights, 5 lights are on. And after a long wait, they go off and we are away in Sanya. Look at Wasup, they cut right across onto the racing line there. The X21s do exactly the opposite for some unknown reason. This is AKA Freezy, they've had a horrid start. They've fallen down into the midfield already. It looks as if the E-Spirit of the F1 Doggos is leading the way, but it's very hard to tell. Look at the Mercedes, look how far it's fallen back. We're going through Sector 1 and they can't keep up with the rest of the field as Faint now leads the way for Brandstar, 3/10 to Wasup in second place. Roblox Doom lining up third. I can't see anybody taking attack mode just yet. They've got 32 more laps to do it. As I can hear a car going slowly. I think there was a car off the line that had the pit speed limiter activated because I just heard the low whir of a Formula E car in my right ear. But as we come down the back straight here with Faint leading the way still, it says that Volt GE's in the lead, but that's definitely not true. They're very much at the back of the midfield.
They're coming through that hairpin now. Faint is leading the way. Wisp in that fleet seems to be behind. No, he's not. He's dropped back quite a bit. He's behind both of the McLarens. There is an E-Spirit in P2, but it looks to be Keepergast who is in P2. We'll see as they cross the line. Faint does lead the way. He gets that fastest lap as well. Dest and Kea in P3 and P4 for that McLaren. And Dat Munio in the new team, a Tesla rebrand, in P5.
The F1 Doggos seems to have had a bit of an issue because they're now 10 seconds behind the leader on the opening lap alone. That may have been the car I heard with the pit speed limiter activated, however I'm not sure. That is a horrific start for the E-Spirit.
Frizzy has dropped all the way back down into P16. He is not having a good start to this race. He has got podiums in FE before and he qualified on pole, but he's now in P16. Will he be able to climb back up?
The McLaren of Kea is doing quite well in third place. They hold the fastest lap. However, Faint has 2 purple sectors to their name. That first one's been taken away by the F1 Doggos, who goes green in sector 2. So the fastest lap is going to the first place person or the last place person. I'm not too sure who it is yet, but it's going to be one of them.
And the Worst, who qualified in P2, has now spun. He's down fighting with F1 Doggo as they come through the final corner, these two drivers.
Faint takes the fastest lap.
It has not been a good good first few laps for the people who qualified in the top 3. The Brandstar has pulled through from P5 to take the lead so far.
The F1 Doggos goes to yellow in sector 3. They can't take the fastest lap away from Faint, but someone who can is Keepergast in the fleet.
But Faint does get another purple sector 1. It's yet to see if he will take that fastest lap back. Keepergast only with a green sector 1, but he has got the slipstream here. Down the back straight and down the main straight. That is going to help him. And ASDH has now got a purple sector 2. What is happening here? Can they climb back up? Frizzy's got a purple sector 2 as he tries to gain back up and start fighting with that mid-pack for points and maybe, if he's lucky, a podium. But it seems unlikely at the moment, down in P14.
The Vitesse car of ASDH1 is doing pretty well. They move up to 4th. They get a green sector 2, but it is not enough for the fastest lap of the race.
Frizzy fighting with both of those X21s, but he can't seem to get past. I think he's finally just got past Ratty. No, he is not. They come down towards turn 2. Frizzy makes a bit of a mistake. He is not having a good day today. He is dropping behind, all the way behind ERT in that Aston Martin.
Second
F1
place is
Doggo
now shared between Roblox Doom and Keeper Ghast 123.
F1 Doggo gets another purple Sector 1. Roblox gets a purple Sector 1 and Sector 2.
And something happened. I don't think that Zensem in the, the Swisscom car, I don't think they jumped out and jumped back in. They're 141 seconds behind the leader. So that is a timing mistake made by the team or by the driver, I'm not sure. But when instructed to exit and re-enter their car, they ignored that message.
It's not good for the Swisscom team trying to rebound from a terrible start to the season. They do not have many points, and they do not want to be making mistakes like this. Sadly for him, he does look like he's right at the back anyway, so even if he was fighting for anything, he's not going to be getting points, because he's not fighting with anyone. He's right at the back. Sorry, but Roblox has gotten to the lead momentarily. I think the Feint in the brown side has regained that lead, but through Sector 1 it was showing Roblox in the lead.
Oh, and we had a little bit of a freeze there, so the timing glitched to the top 9. Trust me, they aren't all sharing that position. It was just a little bit of lag that the server had there. That'll rejig itself as we cross the line to start lap 6.
And I think Roblox have now taken the lead. Feint, he did hit the wall slightly. Feint's going to have that slipstream, but it doesn't seem to be enough. Roblox does take the lead. Feint 0.2 seconds behind, and Jean, Feint's teammate, only 0.3 behind.
But Jean does manage to make up a lot of positions there. Brandstar now having a dual podium if the order finishes in this manner.
What is giving Roblox so much pace in this stage of the race? He was doing well. He dropped back a bit off the start. He's now fighting for that, fighting for the lead again. And the McLarens have dropped back quite a bit, actually. That's not good for them.
Okay, Frezzy's still not doing very good.
He's down in P13. You'd expect him to try to almost fly back up into the top position, but he is not.
They qualified on pole position and they can't get into the points. It's very surprising. You don't expect this at all.
But you've got to remember, this track really only has 3 major braking zones, and that's turn 2, the penultimate turn, and the final turn. But there isn't exactly much of anywhere to gain time, and that's not good for him. He needs these. He needs places where he's able to catch back up. The fight for the lead is getting quite close at the moment. We come through Sector 1, it seems to be Roblox in P1 with Jean only 0.06 seconds behind. That may have changed. I think Jean is now in the lead.
It's hard to see. We just have to keep up to date every time that someone goes across a timing line. It does look as if Jean is in the lead and Roblox Doom is in second and Feint is in third, but that could switch around before we get to the start-finish line. Oh, that's the 97 going very much not on the racing line as we go into turn 13.
He may be just trying to get out of the slipstream of the other cars, but it seems like the cars behind them that they had seemingly formed a gap from are now catching back up.
Jean is leading the Sanya ePrix in China.
And it seems like it's now a Brandstar 1-2, as Roblox is being overtaken by Keeper now, who makes a massive mistake coming through turn 2, as well as Epic Dusk. We'll have to see as they cross the Sector 1 line, which they are coming up to. Jean leads the way. Feint in P2. Roblox is caught back up to P3. Keepergast in P4, and in P5 is Epic Dusk. Good news if you're a Mercedes fan. Frizzy has now seemingly caught back up into the lead battle here, or the lead slipstream train, or whatever you want to call it.
Now on to lap 9, it's a Brandstar 1-2, Feint just 2/10 behind their teammate, it's neck and neck through turn 3, coming into turn 4, someone may actually be able to perform a little bit of an overtake here, or the other person may be able to do a little bit of a defense. Feint gets a better exit out of there than Jean, look at that, I think Feint may now be in the lead.
They're tied for the lead, both of them sharing the lead currently. Keepergast in P3, Roblox in P4, and I have no clue who that is, but it's an E-Spirit in P5.
That's Histico.
Histico, that's an interesting name. These two teammates are fighting hard with each other. Something interesting to mention, Feint and Jean not quite. Well, the energy actually. Never mind. As Feint and Jean are sharing that lead again. They really like sharing the lead. The Brandstar team must just be very good at sharing. As destructively in that McLaren has taken attack mode. I don't know when that was, but he's taken it.
At the moment, the Brandstars are averaging about 2.1% of energy consumption per lap, so that's good. There's 33 laps, so that would bring them to about 66% over time.
I mean, there is always this hyped up Brandstar strategy that every FE driver is always talking about. And I have heard that someone has cracked the code to it. I don't know what it is myself, but I heard that aka Frizzy may or may not have cracked the code. Again, I wouldn't know.
Just have to wait and see what happens, to be honest.
Yeah, these two are leading the way still, and Brandstar are still doing well. But Frizzy has regained his composure. He's now in P5, his teammate's in P4, and the E-Spirit is in P3. Will these guys be able to attack Jean and Feint? I think they already are.
We're a third into the race.
Do you think someone may start taking attack mode, D-Pod? Only the top few.
I'm not too sure. People at the back are taking it. That makes sense. They want to try and claw forwards. Brandstar probably have a really specific strategy at the exact point in time where they're going to take attack mode, as K takes attack mode. I think around lap 15 is where we'll see most people start to take up attack mode to try and get some positions, gain some positions on the Brandstars.
And you want to know something? For the third time this race, Jean and Feint are sharing the lead. We'll have to see who's actually in the lead as they come towards the line. I think Feint is slightly ahead, but Jean does have that slipstream, and I think he's just pushed ahead. We'll have to see. Is Jean in the lead? Yes, he is. Epic Dusk and the E-Spirit are sharing P3.
The
And
lovely
what's happened
view.
to G? Wait, what's happened to Fane?
Oh, they're falling back.
I think they just drove into the wall.
I was about to say you get a lovely view of the battle ahead on board with AKA Frizzy, but Faint has dropped to a P6.
That's not good for him. You saw how long it took for Frizzy to recover. He is hoping that that doesn't happen for him. It's now a Merc 2-3. Shogsy is going mad currently.
Oh,
The
and
E-Spirit is the only one to deny that.
as I just switched to Destructively, they have a little bit of a moment spinning out of Sector 1. They have the fastest lap. They have a purple Sector 1, but yellow Sector 2, and I believe they just ran out of attack mode.
Well, they are trying to claw back up the field. They're within 8.5 seconds of the lead. They don't really seem to have anyone around them for Slipstream. Talking about clawing back, Faint seems to be in P4. I'm not sure. We'll have to see as they cross the Sector 1 board. But they are not having a good time at the moment. I think Frizzy's made another mistake. He has dropped back quite a bit as well. Has he? I'm not sure. No, he is not. He's just sharing the lead with that eSpirit that I can't pronounce the name of. As Ratty in the X21 and Kaya in the McLaren take attack.
Oh, Volgy just took attack mode as well.
I'm quite surprised none of the top few people have taken attack mode. I would have expected them to take it earlier than lap 15, but maybe you're right, D-Pod.
Yeah, the thing with attack mode is kind of like you don't want to do it until somebody else has done it. Because if you take attack mode, use it all up, you'll be using more energy. Granted, you'll have more power, but you will be using more energy. Your battery will be draining more quickly. However, if your rivals are conserving energy during that time and they take attack mode later, then that's going to end up overall better for them at the end of the race, because as things heat up towards the waving of the checkered flag, they'll have the better performance.
Wouldn't you think, D-Pod, that maybe, I know it's not common in FP, but the gaps would separate out, maybe even a tiny bit more, meaning taking attack mode now while everyone's closer together is going to gain you more positions. Again, in FP,
it could mean that maybe, but it's such a tight field. I don't think it could, to be honest.
That's fair enough.
Oh, and Kaya at the back has just done a little bit of a spin.
Someone we haven't really talked about recently is Roblox. They've dropped all the way down to P7 after fighting for the lead. I don't know what's happened there, but I think the E-Spirit and the McLaren, no, Mercedes,
Histico is leading.
Yeah, with an X21 up there as well, and Ratty. Yeah, he's up there as well.
Histico leads the Sanya ePrix from AKA Freezy, Roblox Doom, Ratya K, ASDH1, Faint and ePrix sharing P6, and Gene lining up in 8th position, 8 tenths behind the leader.
What has happened to these brand stars after arguably dominating the first 13 laps? They've dropped right back into the mid-pack.
That's the brand star strategy, isn't it? Or whatever they call it nowadays.
They do, well, at the end of the day, that slipstream is going to help them conserve energy. They can lift, but still be going faster down that straight than the person who is leading this race, because that slipstream, that someone cutting a hole in the air, though it doesn't seem like much, it is giving these guys time, sucking them towards the lead.
Faint is currently 4th. Their teammate Gene is 4 positions lower. Histico still leads as we come around to start lap 16 of 33. Nearly exactly halfway through. We'll be halfway through the race, halfway through this lap. And Faint spins! Faint spins!
That is not good for him. He does not want to be spinning. He is down in the pack that is fighting for P10.
I don't know how that happened. How on earth did that
The, Bra-
happen?
the Brown Star strat has not helped him today.
Here's the replay on board as we cross the line with the Brown Star. A feint. What happens here? They cross the line and they just slide out. They just do a 360-degree spin.
What? How has that happened? That just doesn't make any sense. In a straight line. And oh, the server's a bit frozen for me.
And the server has crashed.
Oh, it has crashed. Okay then.
Yet again, Ion living up to its name of being unable to complete more than half a race. Make that a quarter for F1 Hungary, but the server has crashed yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we should just schedule these into our races at this point.
Yeah, we should just have a mid-race intermission, I think. But this means, once again, energy saving doesn't matter. Because everyone's energy will be reset from the start. Bam, bam, bam. Restart positions have not been given yet, but once they do, I'm sure me or Dpod will go through them. I don't know about you, Dpod, but I'm having a bit of an issue joining the game.
Yeah, that's not the game.
Okay, then. I will sit tight. Restart positions have been announced, so let's have a look here. So in P1, we have the Espirit.
Histico.
I can't pronounce the name. That's the one.
It's not
Histico.
hard.
P1, we have.
Histico. Histico.
Okay. In P1, we have
Histico.
Histico. In P2, we have Epic. In P3, for the X21, we have Ratty. In P5, we have both Frizzy and Gene. I don't know what the race directors will do about that one. We will find out soon. Robloxian for that 9TZ in P6. ASDH in P7. Datmunio in P8. Wisp and Keepergast are sharing that P10 position, so I don't know what the race directors are going to do about that either. Faint, who spun, is in P11. The Boz is in P12. F1 Doggos in P13. K is in P15, sharing it with Voltec, and so many people sharing positions. Destructively in P16. Game in P17. ERT in P18. Robox in P19. And Zen in P20. Again, a few drivers sharing positions here, so I don't know what they're going to do about that, but we will have to see. You never know. Maybe one day IFE will finish a race with Slipstream without having a disconnect.
Apologies for the wait, everybody. We're just waiting to get this race restarted following another server crash. It's become infamous with the arm racing community at this point, but we will work through it and we will get this race back underway very shortly.
I believe we're just waiting for Frizzy to line up. He is again failing at doing a 3-point turn.
So starting from pole position for the restart is going to be the Eastbird of Histoco. Epic Dusk alongside them in the Mercedes. We've then got Ratty AK, aka Freezy, Gene, Roblox, Doom, ASDH1, Datmonguro with Soup, Keeper Ghast, Faint, Teboz, the F1 Doggos, Kea, Vulture E, Destructively, Game, ERT Snipers, and then I'm not sure whether the bottom two are racing. I don't know. There's quite a large gap for them too.
Well, we'll find out in a sec. They have now done the restart of the leaderboard. Of course, this is going to give everyone full battery and another 2 a.m. People are being told to jump in and out, and then we'll have the lights come on. As what's happened to Ratty?
I don't know.
Well, his car is about to despawn. It has despawned. So is that Ratty out of the race? Sorry for the delay. We're just waiting to find out what's happened to Ratty. So just hold your horses. We'll be ready soon. Ratty is now coming back to the grid. Drivers are told to jump in and out again. Seems this is happening every time, but you know.
And it's faster. The race director tells us to watch the lights for the second time today. Here they come on. For some reason, Dakar is still on the grid. I don't know why, but we are off and away again in Sanya. Is that a very good start for the X21? It looks like it is. Yeah, K moving all the way up into the top three. I don't know what happened at the start there. They really moved across and became right into view. Istico still leads. No, it's not. It's AKA Freezy leading for the Mercedes team, just like they did on lap 1. But is that going to change with the Brown Stars coming up behind them? It looks like it is. Gene's catching up. They're just 1/10 behind them now.
Faint already starting from P11 down into up into P8 across the Sector 1 line. He is quite lucky via this restart because he had such an issue there, dropping all the way back to the group fighting for P10. He's now in P4. Freezy still leads the way with Gene close behind him, and the E-Spirit in P3. Histico.
Let's practice. His. Tier.
Here.
Ho.
Oh.
There we go.
I'm not going to remember that. But
Whoa,
anyway,
look at that weaving! Look at that weaving! They just went from the right to the left side of the track over the start-finish line.
I think that's why the Brand Star must have spun earlier, trying to cut off this slipstream. They are weaving all over the place, and of course these cars have a very limited rear end. You don't want to be weaving too much, and sharp turns can definitely spin these cars out. You see them just weaving one side of the track to the other, making almost an S with these cars. Gene is still leading the way.
Their teammate Faint isn't that far behind. It says it's the second on the road. You can see the gap's gotten absolutely massive here.
Where is Frizzy? Where's he gone? He's in
Eighth.
P8. He's dropped back again. He likes doing that. But we'll have to see what happens now. Gene is still leading. Will he do the same thing again? Yes, he will. He will weave across the track. Everyone else will follow him. Come down towards turn 1.
Field spread is now 10 seconds. Robotech Master Roll has taken attack mode. The F1 Doggos is in last place for E-Spirit. Taboz is 16th. ERT Sniper is 17th.
Faint now 2.2 seconds behind his teammate. Gene has really stepped it up in this stage of the race. Faint battling with the mid-pack, but Gene getting a sort of Dakar style gap up in front. If he can continue that, that's going to be really good for him. Epic Dust slightly dropping back from that fight for P2. There is a gap forming between what seems to be the Fleet and the Mercedes.
Roughly
Just
9/10.
Yeah, 9/10 between them. That's not good.
The F1 Doggos has also taken attack mode in this second half of the race. Gene still leading from Faint, now just 1.2 seconds. They have the fastest lap.
Faint is slightly gaining back on Gene, but it's not by much. I'd expect it to be more, but especially with Slipstream, but maybe it's not as powerful because he is 1.6 behind. Not getting the same amount of Slipstream that he would be if he was, let's say, 9/10 behind.
4 of 18 laps to go in the restart. Or 4 of 18 laps completed, should I say. That would be 12 laps. 14 laps to go. There you go. You can see maths really working in my head.
Obviously so. Istico has really dropped back from starting on pole. These guys are really weak, that really do enjoy now weaving across the start-finish straight.
Zaratier is also taking attack mode in the X21 car. They were up into 3rd on at the restart. Now in 19th.
You really don't seem to want to start the top few on that grid, because it seems like every time someone started in the top positions, they have dropped right back. Istico now behind Frizzy in P9. If I keep saying his name, I'll end up wrong. Big brain strategies from Kota here. Gene still leading the way from his teammate as he weaves and weaves down this back straight. First time in a long while, gaps seem to be forming. There isn't an intense battle for the lead, which is quite a surprise if I do say so. The F1 Doggo with the fastest lap. Gene 1.6 seconds ahead of his teammate, who is currently battling with Wurst for P2.
The F1 Doggos is up into the points now with the fastest lap for Spirit. Epic Dusk and AKA Freezy, the two teammates at Mercedes, are both in the points in the midfield, being pretty consistent, both 4 seconds behind the leader.
Now, will some of the top few start thinking about taking attack modes as we're 7 laps into this 18-lap restart?
I would expect them to, but you know, everyone keeps boasting about Brandstar's master strategy of Gene and Feint, so we'll just have to wait and see what they do. 2 seconds is the gap between P1 and P2. 0.2 is the exact gap between P2 and P3.
Epic Dusk now at threat of being overtaken by the Swisken of Zen, who has attack mode and is bearing down on that Mercedes pair. And Worst has got into P2.
Here is the Pos coming around the last corner here to start lap 7, or lap 8 should I say, for themselves.
The Pos, he is down in P13. Wasn't he getting podiums at the start of the season?
He was.
That's not good for him. Sure, he'll be disappointed with his performance so far. As, you missed it on stream, but Zen hits the wall and slides out. Coming out of turn 6, 7, one of those two.
Yeah, they managed to make their way up to 4th, and now they're falling down.
Yep, and they've just run out of attack mode. They didn't fall down too much. They are still in P5. Being slightly caught on by Wisp. The gap has gone from 2.2 seconds to 1.6. Let's see if Wisp might be able to maybe re-overtake Gene. Then again, it has now increased to 1.8 as Gene takes attack mode.
That is the race leader with the extra power. They are the only person in the top 10 to currently have attack mode. The nearest person is Deboz in 11th place. And then ERT Snipers after them, Voltgy and Histico, the only other two drivers with the extra 50 kilowatts of power.
And how is Histico dropped all the way back to P17?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
They started from pole on the restart, and 9 laps in, they're definitely not on pole anymore.
We are halfway through this restart.
Here is Gene weaving to try and stop Slipstream, starting lap number 10 of 18. Wasoop just 2.7 seconds, so he's already gained about 7 tenths with the activation of attack mode.
Now, will anyone follow Gene this lap and take attack mode? If I was Wisp, I would. Because at the end of the day, Gene isn't carrying him in his slipstream. And Wisp has he? He has taken attack mode. So
as well
has
as
Epic
both
Gas,
Mercedes.
and so has Podium.
And Keepergast.
But it seems the fleets and the Mercedes have taken attack mode.
That Mungaro both have also taken attack mode for Expector, the new Formula E team.
Let's see what they can do now, because this is going to give Wisp an extra 50 kilowatts of power. Will it bring him up to be able to attack Gene?
Gene has the fastest lap, has 2 green sectors, has a purple sector, and also has attack mode.
Epic Dusk is on the attack. He's getting past roadblocks, but he slightly hit the wall coming out of turn 2. His teammate got ahead of him. Will his teammate be able to overtake roadblocks?
Wasoop is going to have attack mode for about 1.5 more minutes, but the gap between the top two is already extended to 4.966 seconds. That's a 5-second deficit for Wasoop to Gene. That's definitely not what you'd want in Formula E. We're used to these really tight, packed fields, the top 8 separated by just 10 seconds.
And Gene's teammate, Faint, takes attack mode now. Roblox getting slightly ditched because he is the only one in the top 8 who doesn't have attack mode.
You can tell which cars, which drivers have attack mode activated by the halo lights. In this case, we're on board with Faint. They're purple. That means they have attack mode activated. If they're blue, that means they don't. And you can also see with the chevrons on the left side of your picture on the driver tower, everyone who has a red to blue chevron, that means they have attack mode activated, and anyone who doesn't means that they don't.
And Gene will be running out of attack mode on this lap. So Wisp is going to have about 1 minute and 10 seconds of attack mode to try and gain on Gene.
That's pretty much a whole extra lap.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to be able to gain 5 seconds. That's a lot of time, especially in FE. And Gene isn't too slow, even without attack mode. We will just have to see if that is possible. As the top 8 now have attack mode, with Robloxian taking attack mode that lap, and Gene runs out of attack mode.
You can see there the change from purple to blue on the halo, right above the lovely GoPro sponsorship for Brandstar.
So here we go. Can Wisp gain 5.3 seconds in one lap?
Oh, it's already gone down to 4.566.
But he was going through Sector 3. You've got to remember, that is the sector that is most helped by that attack mode with those two very long straights. Wisp can see Gene just in the distance. He'll know how much he's catching him by. It's now 4 seconds.
It's going down by 0.5 a sector, so we are expecting this gap to shrink to probably about 3.5 seconds by the time that Wasup runs out of attack mode.
We'll have to see. He's going to get about half of Sector 3 with this attack mode. Is this going to help him?
Wasup can see Gene. He can see Gene. And he's out of
he's
attack mode. And it's 3.3 seconds now, the gap between the two cars. Gene still leads with the fastest lap, but is very much closer to Wasup than they were a lap previously.
You've got to remember, Feint and Robloxian still have attack mode, and Feint is right behind Freezy and only 3 seconds behind Wisp. He could still get into P2.
Oh, the gap between Gene and Wasup shrunk even more, now just 2.9 seconds. That's probably got a bit of residual energy or residual performance left over from the attack mode activation zone. However, something Wasup is going to be worried about is Feint, Gene's teammate. They're now only a couple seconds down, but they do have the extra energy. They're chasing down the fleet.
It's still just under a 2-second gap, and Feint's attack mode is running out in 5 seconds. There it goes. So Wisp has been able to stay ahead of Feint, but now, in the slipstream, will Feint be able to make the move? They come through the final corner, they are neck and neck, but Wisp seems to be able to hold on.
But will they be able to hold on for much longer? Because it looks as if Feint is managing to really catch up here. Now just 4/10 behind the fleet. Brandstar really performing a sort of squidge maneuver here. They've got Wasup behind Gene and they're trying to get Feint ahead. At the moment, the fleet is in a bit of a Brandstar sandwich.
A Brandstar sandwich is not somewhere I'd like to be, especially in FE. These two have had a fairly dominant season so far. That Brandstar FE team has been doing amazing as Feint takes his second attack mode.
Feint's really trying to chase down Wasup here.
He wants that P2 position, and I think Brandstar really want to finish first and second. So let's see if this will give Feint the edge, and maybe even make it so he can catch up with his teammate. So his teammate and him can work together and try and make an even bigger gap. It's almost guaranteed that Feint is going to get past, and yep, Feint has seemingly got past as they come down towards the line, and that
See
gap,
how it updates.
even with Wisp in the slipstream, that's not going to gain him.
3.5 seconds between the two Brandstar teammates who are now leading the Sanya ePrix on Hainan Island 1-2.
It's great for that Brandstar team, and not so great for Wisp, who I assume would take AM. He might hold off for another lap or two. It's only 2.9 between the Brandstar teammates. Gene does take attack mode. Will Wisp take attack mode? Yes, he will. He's going to have a lap extra of attack mode, as well as Freezy and Roblox has all taken attack mode. Almost the whole field has attack mode.
Yeah, the only people who don't are the teammates of Retya and Zensem.
What is X21 doing? No, Ratty take the attack mode.
That means that Sensem are the only people who don't have it.
Withcon team. Yeah, interesting strategy choice from them. In P8, being already swallowed up by ASDS. This is going to give everyone that took attack mode that lap, attack mode all the way to the end of this race, I believe. Whereas Feint is only going to have it for this penultimate lap, as well as Dapnunio and Tabos, who took it a lap earlier than Feint. And a Fleet has made a mistake.
I'm not sure.
No, he's not.
They're still ahead of AKA Freezy, so they haven't made a mistake that's cost them positions.
I saw a Fleet. Was it Keepergas? Yes, it was. Keepergas spinning out of turn 1.
Very easy corner to spin out of, to be honest. It's quick to the right, quick to the left, quick to the right. It's a first corner high-speed chicane. It's exactly what it is. Lap 17 of 18 is about to turn into lap 18 of 18 as Gene, your race leader, is now pelting towards the finish line to start the last lap of the race, the Sanya ePrix. And it's begun.
Feint is just going to finish attack mode through the third sector. I think just at the start of the third sector, he is going to run out of attack mode. Wisp has to try and gain as much time as he can through this first and second sector so he can have a run while Feint doesn't have attack mode if he wants a chance at that P2 position. Otherwise,
if Feint runs out of it within Sector 3, that's the sector that really helps people with attack mode. So does that mean that Wasub has a good chance of getting into second here?
I think it does, but only time will tell. Will Feint be able to gain time? Will Wisp be able to gain time? Will Wisp spin? We don't know yet. And talking about close battles, Robloxian and Frizzy are also quite close together, but they both have the same amount of attack mode. Feint runs out of attack mode.
Feint is out of attack mode. What will Wasub be able to do? They can see the Brand Star ahead.
It's a very big gap, but will it be able to happen? I don't think so.
Gene's coming towards the line. It's so close. It's just a 4-second gap. Here's the finish line. Gene wins the Sanya ePrix. Can Wasub get into second? No, they can't. They miss out by barely a second.
Oh, that was close between those two. Wisp not getting close enough to benefit from that attack mode. Keepergas coming home in P8. That's some decent points for Fleet, but Brand Star have been able to take that 1-2. And Mercedes taking P4 and P6. I think that's their best constructors points. I know Frizzy's got a podium before, but that is a decent points haul for Mercedes as well.
Oh, and I think Tabos just tried to take the F1 Doggos on the line for 14th place, but they didn't manage to do that. Volt GE, I believe, will be one of the last people to come and cross the line, finishing with 56% energy. And the Swisscom of Robotech Marcelo is now rounding the back straight here into turn 13. And then they'll be coming down towards the finish line. Not really anything they need to do now. Everyone else has finished. They're going to be securing P18 destructively, and Game Style did not finish the race. I didn't even think that Game Style was meant to be driving. Their name is just on the leaderboard for some unknown reason. And here comes the Swisscom of Robotech Master, slowly crossing the line to finish the finish off the field.
What a race! Wisp for that Fleet, getting that P3 position, sadly not able to get into P1. But Brand Star with another 1-2.
You can see Park Ferme. Sadly, this does not prevent the cars from despawning, so after 30 seconds they do despawn.
because I think we're about to get the podium celebrations underway. Apollo has reset. I think he's going to be leading the podium. As Kea, for some reason, has gone out to the podium. Hopefully someone will kill him, or he will naturally be a good boy.
There's Rasup in third for Fleet.
Yay.
Craft seems to be very
I
happy
think-
with that result for the team.
Yeah. In P2, we don't have them. We have come on, I've forgotten. Was it? It was Faint in P2. P1.
I don't know what's happening, to be honest, but I do know that the Care is representing Brown Star for the team. So we'll just let them get on with whatever they're getting on with on there. Oh, I think I see Faint there now. There's Faint.
Faint and Jean were behind the. Didn't actually make it out onto the podium, so I let them out. So, thank you for tuning in to this this exciting FE members, and thank you to our members, who you can see on the right side of your screen. And if you want to support the Ion Media team, you can pay just 99p a month, and you get access to sneak peeks and other perks that are you can see on the YouTube page. Wallpapers.
It's also in the hashtag memberships channel on the Discord server if you want some more information. But other than that, that's it from us this weekend. Thank you ever so much for watching. We hope you did enjoy that race. It's a shame because of the restart that energy didn't really have anything to do with it, but we still had a very, very close finish indeed. So, from me, from British Kota, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week for some English. We'll see you next week for some more Ion action. Goodbye, everybody.